Coach Shep here, and I just want to reach out to you, let you know I'm here and I'm back from vacation. You may not have known that I was on vacation. That's the beauty of it. I love that your health journey does not stop simply because I go on a vacation. That being said, there are times where I'm a little bit more accessible and a little bit less accessible. I am now in a time frame of being very accessible, and I am looking forward to connecting with you, finding out how things have been going over the last couple weeks, and most importantly, find out where we're going for the next couple weeks or next month. Okay, so I will try reaching out to you, of course, but if you beat me to the punch, you get bonus points, okay? So reach out to me and let me know how things are going for you. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to reach out to you. But the second reason is just to give you encouragement about your habits that you're creating, okay? If they don't feel like they're coming super easy yet, or you still feel like you need to use brain power for your habits that you're working on, take heart, and please know that that is part of the process. While I was on vacation, on the plane, I started reading a book that was recommended to me, The Power of Habit. Now, before you think I'm a total nerd and don't know what guilty pleasures are or don't know how to take a break on vacation, please know that I finished this much of the book, okay? This much, not this much. Okay, but with that being said, still some fascinating stuff that I want to share with you that really helps you in your journey. Number one, please know, I learned it, that the brain, without habits, your brain would fritz out every day. You would probably collapse in a heap every single day. Because if the body actually needed to make every single decision that you make without the benefit of habit, it would literally blow up. Like it would just, it would just fry. Okay, so you know that habits are working in your favor in a lot of different ways. You don't even think about which shoe you tie first. You don't even think about these are not decisions you have to work on anymore. But at one time you did, right? So you keep building more and more habits in your life throughout your life that make life easier, and the brain is doing that kind of as a survival mode. The more it can conserve its energy for the stuff it needs to make decisions on, the better. Okay, so take that to heart and know that your habits are not destiny. They are changeable, they are replaceable, they are constantly growing. So if something is taking a little bit of effort right now, just keep practicing, right? We keep practicing it, making sure we're practicing it right, and pretty soon it will get in that category of habit and we get to move on to the next habit, okay? I hope that makes sense. I want you to think about driver's ed. I want you to think about learning to drive. Actually, even before driver's ed, just learning to drive, okay? Some of the first very basic skills that we had to learn when learning to drive, we had to learn what a rearview mirror was. We had to dive into that and kind of figure out how it worked, right? We had to learn what a side view mirror was. We even had probably a day lesson, I don't know, on blinkers and where you put the blinker on and when you use it, when you don't use it. This whole big thing about, do you think about those things very much anymore? I know I don't. For better or for worse, much of my driving is by habit. Still paying attention, of course, but much of my driving is by habit. Now, if I get thrown into a new situation, maybe a brand new windy road or a very dark, slippery, then I am maybe learning new skills, if you will, and I'm paying attention even more so. But day to day to day, for better or for worse, our habits are really that's what makes driving not so stressful. After you've been doing it for a few years, and you get better and better and better at it. So please know that your health journey is exactly the same. Picture yourself even before you got your driver's license, but when you got your driver's license, you were not a perfect driver. All you had indicated was that you knew the very basic and bare necessities to be called a driver, but you were not an expert. You still had many years of practice to become a good, habitual, mindful, safe driver, okay? Many years of practice ahead of you, but it gets easier and easier and easier. Now, the key is it's good to take a good driver's ed course, okay? It's good to make sure you're learning good habits. It's good to use the resources of the things around you and to dive in and actually mindfully make sure you're a better driver. And in the beginning, there's those 100 hours of practice that you have with your parents, right? With the adult. To ensure that happens. So our health journey is exactly the same way. Now, I'm not your parent, but I am here to practice with you, and I'm here to practice every phase of the journey. So whether you are learning about your blinker right now, we want to make sure you're in a good car. You've got a good program, by the way, and so that is a good driver's ed course and a good car, okay? So I'm happy about that. I get to be kind of like your driver's ed coach, if you will. And then you get to tackle those habits little by little. And when one becomes a good habit, Then we move on to the next one. So that's what I want to know right now is where are you on your habits, your driver's ed habits? And by that I mean obviously your healthy habits. Okay? So where are you? What do you see anything that has become a good habit? Do you see any habits that are maybe not so great? They're not leading you to your goals. And instead of thinking like, I got to stop that habit, stop that habit, stop that habit. No, instead we replace it with a new habit. Okay? Is there anything along those lines? And then just let's figure out what your next 1 or 2 habits are that we're going to work smarter and not harder on to ensure that you love your journey of driving a healthy body. All right. Talk to you later, and I am super excited to get caught up with you. All right. Bye-bye.